This episode of the Marvelous Marvel Discussion Arena is brought to you by, well, of course, you. If you want to learn more about how you can support the show, go to patreon.com/thearena_podcast. Hey everyone, welcome into the Marvelous Marvel Discussion Arena. I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-hosts, Burley of Burleman Gaming and Turn-Based Carl. So we're doing our episode 3 and 4 review of Miss Marvel in this episode. And just want to let all of you know out there that are going to be watching this in video format, this is a spoiler-filled review of episodes 3 and 4. So if you have not watched Miss Marvel episodes 3 or 4, please go and watch those on Disney Plus and then come back and enjoy our video. So anyway, how you guys doing? Carl, how you doing?
Good,
ready to talk
good.
some Miss Marvel? Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I love Marvel.
Yeah.
Great
Burley,
stuff.
Burley, how you doing? Yeah.
I'm doing good. Ready to
All
talk
right.
this Miss Marvel.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and start by asking each other, which episode did you like more, 3 or 4? I personally I liked episode 4 better, and we're going to get into that. But yeah,
3, yeah, 3, Burley, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. All right. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk. Episode 3. We had the of course the wedding banquet. You know, the Bollywood style wedding banquet, I guess you could say. We had that.
Yeah.
We had more of her showcase of powers, and when it came to her fighting skills that she's building as she goes on there, and what did you guys think? Carl, I'll let you start.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Since you liked episode 3 the most of 4.
I'm trying to remember because, okay, you see, like the wedding dance scene was fun. I enjoyed that. That was a good thing.
Yeah.
The fighting was okay. I like what they do with her powers. I mean, Green Lantern powers are pretty cool. I like that. But that's not exactly that aside from what I expect it to be from the comics, but they always do a decent job. I think this is part of episode 4 as well, but like the action from the other characters is not as good.
Okay, so first I'd like, Carl, maybe you could explain this for our viewers and stuff. Who are the clandestines or the den that they are referred to in this series and in Miss Marvel in the comics?
I can't tell you. They're not in the comics.
They're not in the comics.
So,
okay.
Not that I know of.
Not that you
maybe
know of. Okay.
Some form of, but the Jinn thing. I mean, again, that's all. Yeah. This is all made up for the show because she's an Inhuman in the comics. So.
Okay, so yeah, so clandestines, I guess, in the show. Yeah. So they're basically like from another dimension, right? Yeah. From what we see in the show.
Yeah. Which this is where it's starting to lose me, this show, because all this we're from another dimension and we want to, I don't know, do something about getting back to our dimension or opening some portal, or I'm like, I don't like it. I don't buy it. It's not interesting. It's not cool. I feel like we don't understand it. They're not really explaining it very well. It's just like a thing. Like, hey, there's some random other dimension, guys. You can't see it. Okay, it's there, I guess.
Yeah. Well, what we see like in the episode though is like back from her great grandmother's time period, and where they find the I keep forgetting what that thing's called that she's wearing. Help me out.
The
guys.
bangle.
The bangle. Yeah. The bangle. Yeah.
The bangle. Yeah.
The bangle. Yeah. So, and when when the great grandmother is pulling it off of the arm, it looks like a blue arm.
Yes.
Like like maybe it was like a Kree or something, or some other like alien being that was wearing it or something. We don't see the full body, but the arm looks blue.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that maybe it could have been Kree or something. Who knows? But yeah.
Yeah, and then this picture you have here has the looks like the 10 rings.
Yeah, the 10
symbol.
rings. Yeah. So, and that's where we get the first scenes of the clandestines, of course, and they were working together with the great grandmother, and then they split up because of the partition, of course, of India and Pakistan, of course, during that time in the 40s, and yeah, I mean, and so then they then they just show up in the episode, and they haven't aged at all. They look the same as they did back then. And Kamran is, I guess, the offspring of one of them. I guess the main the main villain so far
Yeah,
in
the
the
main
show.
woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, who's the father? Like, is that going to be relevant? I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
But
the next episode, in episode 5, they've already put it. They said it's going to take place on Maury.
What?
On Maury Povich.
Oh,
It's all known for who's the father.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing this thing with like, we're Jin from this other dimension, and we're here. Why? I have no idea. There's no explanation. So like, right? As far as I remember, like why they're trapped here.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they said, if they said anything.
Yeah, but they need to get back, and so that's why they need the bangle.
Yeah.
The one woman there, she, Kamran's mother, needs the bangle to get back, and so she's trying to recruit, Kamala to help them, to get back. So
they're like, we don't age, and we want our powers back. Like, what power are we talking about here? I don't know. I don't know. They got all funky weapons. They all pull out weird weapons.
Yeah.
We can fight with cool weapons. I'm like, great.
Yeah. And then, of course, and then at the banquet, of course, they come and try to get her, and she uses her powers more, to fight them off.
She got to ruin the wedding.
Yeah, ruins the wedding, of course, and Mother is pissed off as usual, and yeah. But then towards the end of the episode, obviously, we get the scene with, the Kamran's mother grabbing the bangle, and then her and Kamala having the vision of the train.
Yeah.
Of course, from Karachi, which sparks what we see in the beginning, in the episode 4, which we get to. Anyway, what'd you guys think of that part? Burley, what'd you think, man?
Yeah. Well, see, I did like this one better than 4. I'm just going to go over a few things prior, just because you guys were talking. I wish we would have got a bit better of an explanation of who these people really are and how they got here and why. Like, we get a half-hearted explanation of, we just want to get back because we want our powers. And, like, they're trying to manipulate her, but, like, not really trying. And then, like, out of nowhere near the end of the episode, when the wedding starts, you can see the one lady there on the left talking to her son and being like, yeah, we're going to just force her right now. Like, why?
Yeah.
What? Like, why now? Why can't you wait, like, 4 hours?
Yeah.
Because, like, you're not explaining to me a time crunch of when this needs to happen. So you're putting on an artificial clock for no reason.
Good point. Yeah.
And it's like, ugh. But yeah, like, it was neat when she touched the bangle and the train. But I did like that she's trying to, like, because just before, as this stuff's happening, you got the one scene where she's in the kitchen Kamala's trying to get the people out in the kitchen. They're like, I don't care. Get out of here, young girl. And then when someone, I think it was like a knife thrown, they're like, yeah, I care about my life more. And they just, the people in the kitchen don't even help her. They're just like, fuck that.
Yeah, that was weird too. Yeah, that was weird.
My life's more important. Screw that. I'm just getting out of there.
Yeah. And then, of course, we get the DDoC agents, of course, come in and clean house, and they're able to take the clandestines into custody. Whereas, of course, Kamala gets away.
Yeah. See, in this scene, okay, she gets away from them by using her powers, right? This is where. Right. No, actually, sorry, that was episode 2. Sorry, I'm thinking.
Yeah, episode 2, she escapes him, but then in episode 3, obviously, she closes the door with her powers. You know, she kind of seals the door, and then her other high school friend is there, and finally figures out that it was you all the time. Sorry, I didn't tell you.
She's
sorry.
like, oh, when you tell me I'm fake mad about this, I'm like, I'm not buying it. I'm like, why are you mad? Like, oh, because this Muslim superhero is causing like minor inconvenience problems like for your culture or community. Like, isn't it more important that you have a Pakistani Muslim superhero to represent you?
Yeah.
And it's your best friend. You might want to, maybe look at the positive side there.
Yeah.
It's just a little.
Well, it seems damage control in this is just one-sided because they're like, oh, we caught these guys. We know Kamala, Miss Marvel, Hardlight, whatever you want to call her, is here. But hey, we got these ones. We'll just get them, but we won't fully do, a sweep, look at security cameras and stuff, and really investigate and find her.
Yeah.
What's weird is what jurisdiction do they have to arrest these seemingly regular people?
Yeah.
Probably no jurisdiction. They're just
like, I get like they're an organ. I guess they deal with super damage control, right? Damage control from super powered individuals or even technology, I guess. But these are just seemingly just regular people attacking with weapons that I don't know if they're advanced technology weapons or not. They maybe seemingly are. Some of them, I don't know. Some of them seem to come out of nowhere almost. They're just like. Yeah. Like out of their pocket, they're like shing, giant mace. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well, let's start to get into episode 4 because obviously they're at the they're at the in New York. There, I guess it's the flotilla? The big incarceration center there, and they're able to break out really easily.
Yeah, from the Supermax prison. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a Supermax prison. Yeah.
Yeah, you think because they know that these guys have crazy weapons and stuff like this. Okay, we're gonna why would you put them in a regular Supermax? You've shown us the Raft in Avengers films.
Thank you, Burley. That's what I was trying to refer to. The Raft. Yes.
It's like why not the Raft? This is what the Raft was for. Obviously, we don't have budget for the Raft and want to bring that back. And we need them to be easily escapable so the plot can keep going.
Yeah.
And it's just like this kind of stuff was just like I'm rolling my eyes like, ugh.
Yeah, I mean, like if you need them to escape, then just don't capture them.
Or if you need them to escape,
why write that into your story?
Or if you need them to escape, have one of them not get caught, and as they're in like an armored car to get transported, one goes to rescue them and freeze them.
Yeah.
I hate stuff like. Yeah, I hate stuff like this because what it does is like the Department of Damage Control seems like inept and they don't feel like a threat anymore because you've undermined them by making them stupid. Like why are they moving these prisoners in this like weird, dingy, crappy alleyway back like corridor? What's the purpose of that? And like. Why do they have this contrived system of like your hands are above your head on this the chain on a rail, like, and your feet are just free?
Yeah.
Like why? Why? Because they need to escape. That's why. Like it's bad. That's bad writing. It's contrived writing. You shouldn't do that. And then of course your villains.
And then of course Kamala and her mother go to Pakistan to meet the grandmother. of course, because the grandmother's got to, talk to Kamala about the bangle. So they go all the way to Pakistan to talk about a bangle.
Yep.
So, and then of course she wants to go, she meets her cousins and all and everything, but then she wants to go to the train station. And of course she's getting, played by, these street vendors and everything asking, oh, I take a picture of you. So here's the money, give me this money. And she's smart enough to at least say, okay, I'll give you the money if you tell me at least where the train station is, And then she gets to the train station and obviously, she gets attacked, obviously, at the train station, And so Carl, I don't know, in the comics, the Red Daggers, I mean, who are they? I mean,
I don't know because I didn't get to that part. Like, when the part I read, they weren't included in it either. So
okay.
Yeah.
So they must have, from what we know of in the series so far, they're this, secret type of organization, that have been in that part of the world for generations and protecting, I guess, the other realm, so to speak, from, imploding on itself, so to speak. I mean, there was a lot of, technical babble there when it came to, the other dimension and everything. So, but,
again, that's where you lose me with this, because the explanation is like, yeah, there's this other world, and they want to open the portal to the other world, and if they do that, it's gonna end the world or something.
Right.
Great. So
one world will take place of the other or something.
Yeah. So. I didn't need a dumb world-ending scenario in this show. I didn't think, like, can we get back to please the Jersey City hero? Like, she's a,
that's yeah. I mean, the don't get me wrong. I mean, I loved seeing some of the scenes of Pakistan and what it looks like and all. But I mean, to have the whole entire episode being in Pakistan was I thought they would have gone back. But then again, of course, the clandestines, obviously, when they get out of the raft, obviously a day later they're in Pakistan going after them.
Yeah, right there already. They found him already. Like,
I mean, it's like you knew they were coming. It's like you can't go one extra episode without them. They got to be there like an hour later, right on the plane and jumping right over to Pakistan because they know exactly where they are, right? So what did they do in Jersey City? Did they go to her house and interrogate the father or something that did not go with them over to Pakistan? So, I don't know.
I think like it would have been better if they would have showed up at the end of the episode, just as the episode's ending. You see them arrive into Pakistan, but like I think the logic they're going off of here is because she saw that train and she knows that's in Pakistan.
Yeah,
she's just gonna show up and know to go there.
Yeah,
like I'm guessing, but like the writing on this is so bad, so it's like.
It's just full of tropes and cliches, this episode. I mean, it's your typical, like, oh, I'm going to my country of origin episode. It's I found out there's a secret group protecting the thing episode. And that the protector guy is gonna like tell you all this stuff, and then he's gonna die, and then and of course, even like they throw in another love interest. Like, you're going to meet another young person who's part of this group, and you're going to meet his friends, and you're going to hang out and have a nice time at the, by the fire.
By the fire at the beach.
Yeah, right. And like, it's just cliche after cliche in this episode. And it's really losing me because this is where the plot is going, and I'm not interested in any of this. I just want to go back to like episode 1 and 2, really.
Yeah. How did you guys feel about the chase scene towards the end of the episode through the streets of Karachi there? I don't know, man. I mean, just
it's fine.
It was fine, but I mean, why didn't she use her powers more? I mean, she's like, oh my god, she's like, on the on that scooter thing, and she could have pulled out her arms more and knocked the other car that they were, the clandestines were driving away, or or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was fine. But again, like, it's about the context. Like, I don't really care about these other characters. Like, you've got an episode here where, and I don't know how many episodes there are in this, but
I think
when
it's
you're telling,
6. I think it's
well,
6 episodes. Yeah.
that sucks because you've really wasted a lot here.
Well, let me look.
Yeah, take a look, Burley. I think it's 6 though. Same with same with some of the others. But
if we're watching like a
Yeah, it's
CW
6
show,
episodes.
oh god, okay. If we're watching like a CW show, a regular network show like a Star Trek, like of a network show of old, right, where you got like 20 something episodes per season.
Yeah.
And you want to do an episode where they go, she goes to Pakistan and she meets all these people and these other characters and blah, blah, blah. And like, that's totally fine. And that might be fun. When you have 6 episodes, you can't really say, all right, every character from the last 3 episodes, they're pretty much gone. And now it's just her and her mother and I guess some of those villains, which again, we don't really care about because we don't know much about them.
Yeah, and of course the woman, of course, Kamran's mother is back, and of course she hits the bangle with a dagger, and then that's when she goes back in time to the time of the partition and sees all of those people loading onto trains. And now it's like, is she stuck there? I mean, how does she get back? Does she meet her great grandmother? Does she find out what's the power of the bangle is all about? To be able to control more of her powers. I mean, there's so much more to go into, and there's so little time left. Like you said, Burley, there's 6 episodes, so there's only 2 left. To figure out, okay, what's going to happen? So,
like, how much of the next episode is going to be in this flashback sequence? Is she actually in the past, or is she just seeing the past? I don't know. Is it going to be like, are they going to do the thing where, like, how they say, like, she was saved, the grandmother was saved by, like, how did they describe it? Like something of stars, a trail of stars or something, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that just sounds like you're describing her powers, like her arm, like her stretchy arm, like her mystical. It looks like there's almost like a trail of stars in it, right?
Yeah.
So like, is that what's gonna be? Like, she actually saved like, I really hope not, because that I don't really, then make sense that if she actually time traveled, like, I mean, it still doesn't make sense that she's like flashback and memory stuff, because I don't know why that's a thing also, but
and then when she gets back to Jersey City and Kamran, I mean, he was basically left behind by the others. They're like, oh, we don't need you anymore. So it's like, is he gonna help Kamala still, or what is his part in this story? We don't know.
I assume you will, but I don't think I feel like at this point he's like, well, that sucks. I guess I'm just gonna hang out here. Maybe
and this guy with the red daggers now, is he gonna take over and become the head of the Red Daggers, or is he gonna go back to Jersey City with Kamala, and there's gonna be like a love triangle between her and him and Kamran or whatever,
and Bruno,
and
Bruno, you got 3,
Yeah.
man. You got 3 love interests. Like, why?
I mean,
4 episodes, 3 love interests.
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
Who knows,
what are we
man?
doing here?
Yeah.
Well, because they're doing all that now that you're going like time travel thing, and you're doing all this dimensional stuff, because you set up the stuff in Loki, the TMV, I think they were called.
Yeah.
Why isn't an agent coming around here?
TVA.
Yeah. Why isn't one of the agents coming here? Like, because stuff is screwing around here.
Burley, episode 6, the last 2 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the TVA is dead. It's over.
Yeah.
Well, like, I know they're in shambles, and they're like, but they're around, but they're not fully, like, because you have the whole thing about they're setting up Kang.
Yeah.
Well, watch. It's going to be continued in the Marvels. Something about how this series is going to end in episode 6. It's going to be left open until the Marvels film comes out. So who knows? Yeah.
But see, like, this episode also basically kind of killed any hope I had that somehow they were still Inhumans. Yeah. Because it seemed plausible that still maybe like they're just calling them Jinn, right? And maybe they're Inhumans.
Mhm.
Right? Like they, but now it just seems like they're from another dimension and it has nothing to do with anything. The humans are tied to the Kree, so like when we saw that Kree arm, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe it is. But now they're like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just this other weird dimension thing. I just don't know.
Who knows? But anyway, we shall see. Of course, we'll be looking forward to watching episode 5 to see what comes of that episode, and maybe they'll tie some things up in between. But of course, we will be bringing you the review for that as well on the Marvelous Marvel Discussion Arena. So I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-hosts, Burley of Burleman Gaming and Turn-Based Carl. We hope to catch you in the next episode of our Miss Marvel reviews. So until next time, take care, everyone. Peace out.